Guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Katie from Mitza Creek Farm. We are a diversified farm in northern Wisconsin. We are going full speed ahead into Christmas tree season, and just a week from today is Christmas tree day. Owen and Beck are going to be taking on that project, but we are anticipating that and trying to get ready for that. We also are trying to get wreaths and porch pots and greenery and all of that ready to go. So these are the two main designs of porch pots we're going to do this year, and I still need to add a lot of the decorations, but we're just trying to get an idea of how we're going to do it. Something new that we're adding is colored branches. So Owen and I went this afternoon, and Owen, Beck, and I guess, and we got a whole bunch of branches ready to cut, and I need to get those painted. Every year we just slowly expand what we're doing, and this year we found out that the big place in town that normally does it, they normally have Christmas trees, I believe. I've never bought a tree from there. I actually have never been there at Christmas time. But they normally do trees and wreaths. They do have a huge wreath business, garland, greenery, all of that. They are not doing it this year. So that means that we really need to pick up our game and have a lot of stuff for Christmas tree season. So these are all birch that we got from our big birch grove back there. And I am going to take and limb the limbs off, and those we will paint to sell for porch pot decorations and wreath decorations. And then the actual birch pieces will get cut up into smaller pieces for porch pots. Here inside the stone coop is an absolute mess because we are trying to get all of our product displayed to get out. It's all organized into boxes for the most part, but we're also trying to get the wreath stuff moved from the greenhouse, the little greenhouse down there, to up here, just because we have so much more room. It's warmer in here and everything, so we're trying to get kind of everything moved up here. In the past, we've always made them down there, and then when it was too cold and we were open up here, we had it up here. We're just going to be starting up here because we quickly realized we don't have enough space. So we're going to use that for storage of the extras that we can't fit in here for sale. So we'll have a bunch of wreaths already made down there, and we can just restock as we go. And I think that that's going to work a lot better. See here, I moved this wall from over there to here. There's a couple reasons for that. First, I wanted more wall space for hanging wreaths. And second, we are potentially getting a great big heater installed right there. And if that is the case, I want the air to be able to like blow easily. And that wall went right to that fabric over, and then it angled to over here. And so it would kind of create its own little environment back there. And I didn't like that. Also, with the checkout stand being here, I'm not sure if I explained that to you guys, but we're moving the checkout stand again back to where it was last year. This just makes it a whole like back room area, and then that way we have extra space and all of that. We are taking our big upright freezer and we're going to put it like right where this ladder is, and I'm going to put like meat for sale on the freezer door, so then when people are here they can just open it up and look and see what we have available. So I think that that's going to be a win-win, and then it'll eliminate having the chest freezers down here, and it'll make life a whole lot easier as far as that goes, because it is, you know how chest freezers are, they get disorganized very easily, and so I'm the one who has to go do that, and the customers can't go in there because it is too disorganized and hard to kind of sift through everything. Right now what I'm working on is I'm taking and mounting table legs to these old doors for display tables. For Christmas tree season, all we used were folding tables, which was fine, but I wanted to add a little better quality, better look, nicer look to it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to try to use some of these old doors. One of them I'm going to use as a table. One of them I'm going to stand upright so I can hang some more stuff off of it. If I don't like it, then I don't need to use it, but it's worth a shot for me because I have all the stuff. This was just sitting in the barn. So this is our checkout stand counter, and it kind of is a catch-all for everything. So I'm hoping that we have shelving in the back room. I'm able to put the tools and the Windex and all of that back there, and then that way this doesn't catch it all, and I can actually have that nice and organized, keep the extra bags, all of that kind of stuff right there. But this needs to get moved all the way across the stone coop to right over there, which means that stuff that is piled right there needs to get moved. That is all what is left of the fall decor, fall retail items. So those will actually go on a shelf in the back room. And so I need to get those moved now so that I can move this to over here so that I can put the table legs on the door. It is a huge shuffling. Many times we're shuffling things here, and we just got to figure out what works for us and how we like it laid out. Sometimes we'll have 5 people here. Sometimes we'll only have just me here. And so I need to have everything laid out so that I can access everything really easily. So working out those kinks has been kind of a challenge, but I think we're getting it finally figured out. So we got this door table built. These were just legs that we had and a door that was in the barn. This table underneath obviously is not going there. We were just using that to hold it up. And so this is nice and sturdy, tested it out, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. So that's gonna be kind of more in the center of the room. And I'm actually gonna have some things on top of it like there, and then maybe even some things on each side of it, some like smaller tables so that it's all different tiers and stuff, but we shall see. That's we can figure that out once we get everything else picked up and organized better in here. It is feeling so much better. We got all of this stuff out of here, except the garbage can obviously for this side. There, now you get a better idea. I'm going through right now, I'm taking screws out from behind this canvas drop cloth that I missed, and I am going to take and staple up the bottom. See how that's folded up right there? I'm gonna do that along the whole length so that people don't trip on that. When our checkout stand was there, I didn't care because it was just me, but obviously we can't have the customers tripping on it. So I'm gonna go through and fold that up, and I have an electric staple gun, so that should go really quick. So when we get that done, then it'll start really feeling like it's coming together in here. That looks so much better. My dad came in and he put in a ton of outlets for me late last week, and so that leaves me in a conundrum because obviously you can't put outlets in stone walls, so there's conduit along there, and so you can see where the outlets are, but it is what it is. I'd take this down, but I really like the look of it, and I don't want the stone starts like right there and goes up, and it bothers me, and so I like how clean this looks and feels. So I'm gonna leave it up for this year, and next year maybe we can either find some shiplap that matches or come up with something different. But this is something that I've known for years, and I've been trying to figure out a solution for years, and I just have not been able to come up with one. So this is kind of like a temporary solution, and it makes it feel so much cleaner, at least to me, and brighter in here because we don't have all that stone up on the top quarter of it. I just came outside and I have to show you the sunset. It is so beautiful. It's not super bright and intense. It's just like the faintest of pinks and light blues and dark blues. It's stunning. One of the problems I'm having right now is, obviously besides not enough hours in the day, is that our garland won't be here till this next week. And we have some people locally who are making it for us to decorate with and to sell in here. And that won't be here till later this week. So I want to get all of the boxes of product. They're already priced, so I literally just need to put them out, but I want to do that. But I also don't want to do that until I get all the garland hung from the rafters and stuff, because that is going to make a mess, and I don't want to have to make a display of something and then have to move it and all that. So that's kind of why I'm not pushing on getting all the product put out, but I do want to get it so that it's a little more organized and a little bit cleaner and everything. So I'm going to come back down in a little bit So I'm gonna go up and eat some supper and then come back down and get the floor cleaned and vacuumed over here. And then I might just take all the boxes and just kind of line them up over here, so that then that way I can get started on putting the displays and that kind of stuff, at least kind of where I'm thinking I'm gonna need them, so then that way I can see what I need and what more I need to do. Lily and I were working on porch pot stuff this morning, and we were talking about how hard it is and how people don't realize how exhausting this is, going straight from pumpkins into Christmas tree season and doing the growing, doing the harvesting, doing the making, and having the retail space. Add in animals and it gets even more crazy. So it's a lot. It is definitely a lot, and this is going to be a stretch for us this year because Beck is in basketball and he has basketball games twice a week, and so it's going to be a really big stretch. But I'm hoping that by next year everything will be like squared away so that we can hire staff. The big thing right now is heat in there, and I don't want to hire staff and have staff be freezing their butts off because we don't have a good heat source. So hopefully we'll get that a little more solidified this upcoming week too.